no gold is not enough.
Welcome guys, welcome to this video. So for the local server, we are going to use localwp.com application. This is very fast, way better than XAMPP. So you can download it, it's totally free. And also we are going to use text editor as Visual Studio, so you can download it as well. So we can download for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. So it's up to you totally. For the local, you can click on download for free. You need to select your operating system. You need to provide these details. When you click get now, you're going to get the file for your system. I have this file already with me, so I'm going to open it up. It's here, so I'm just gonna put it into applications. Alright, it's there. Now I'm going to open it. So here is the application. Once installed, you just need to click on here. Here it's going to ask for what is your site's name. So in localhost, what you want your site to be called. So let's say we want our site to be called practice. All right, then you go to advanced. Here it is saying where exactly this directory going to place the files, so you can have any directory created. So I'm going to select practice. Now we have practice.local. You can call it anything you like. This is something that you will be putting into the URL to open your website. So here I can even say .com or .app, whatever you prefer. So let's put it .com, so practice.com. And once it is done, you just click continue. Preferred is good, so it's just going to be PHP version and MySQL versions. So continue. Username, the username you're going to use to log in into WP admin area. So here I'm going to set root, and the password I want it to be 12345. And here the email, I don't want to change it, and it doesn't matter. So the rest of the settings remain same. We're going to add site. Now it is going to fetch the required services. It is going to download the WordPress for us, and it's going to set it up all here. Now it's going to ask your system password, so you'll be ready for it. Now if you want to change the PHP version, you can do that. You can do that too. I'm going to use the latest PHP version, which is 8.0, so I'm going to click apply. As well as I want to use Apache as a web server, so I'm going to click apply on that too. Apply changes. So we have the latest PHP version now, which is 8.0. So now we have the admin area and open site, these two links here. So if I click here, it is going to take me to the site. If your default browser is a different one, then you can put in here. So we have our site up here. Whatever the URL you set, just the WP admin afterwards. So we set the password as root, and sorry, the username was root and the password is 12345. So I'm just gonna log in with that. So we are in the admin area now, and here we're using the latest theme. If I go to the appearance themes, we have 21 theme here, which is currently set. So we are going to create our own theme now. So what do we need to do? We need to go into the directory that we set in local. So what we do, I am going to open the practice, and there we have the files. So here, app, public, and then we have our WordPress setup. The complete WordPress files are here. Inside WP content themes, we have the themes present. The themes are being used here. So the theme you want to create, you can create here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a folder here. I'm going to call it practice again. Practice theme. Now I want Visual Studio to open, and here it is. So I want to open this folder in our Visual Studio Code. So I say open, and here practice, app, public, WP content, themes, and then practice. So I'm going to select this one, and I select this one, so we have this folder open. So if I create a file here, I call it index.php, and if we go to the finder and inside practice, you will see the file is present here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize this, and we are going to create files straight from here, from our Visual Studio. And here, what I want to do, I want to create a styles.css. So when you have these two files in your directory and the folder, and you go to the themes, you see the theme with the name of your folder, the directory you created, and if you click theme details, we don't have currently any details set. So to set the details, we need to go into style.css. Here we are going to write a comment, and this comment is going to be, so we have here these comments now. So if I go to the browser here and refresh, we have the theme name practice version 1.0 user menu. If I click on this one, you can see on the left bottom corner it is going to a link, so I can even go to the site, and here is the custom theme, that the description we gave. So here the site opened from the by. So I close this. So we don't have the theme image. If you want to set a theme image, all you need to do, let me show you. If I go to the theme, our theme is here, and if I go to any of these themes, you will see a screenshot.png file. So we have a screenshot.png in here, and this is the file we need to place. So I have a file created. All you need to make sure that your file name is screenshot.png. So I'm going to paste in here, and now if I refresh, we should be having the image. So we have the image now. All right, now we can apply this theme. Now our custom theme is live. Now if I go to the website and refresh, we have nothing so far, so we need to add some content. So for adding the post, we go into the admin area. We have all posts here, and then they add new posts. So here if I click add new, we get the option. I'm just going to put some random content here so that we can have our post testing data. You can put anything in between this content. So when you click here, you can select any content. You can set it to bold. You can make it the link if you want to. You have more options to align your content, as well as you can set the custom font size. So for example, if I want to set this to some particular font size, I can just increase it here, and it's going to be accordingly. So that's what you can do. In post, we can create categories. So we have categories here currently uncategorized. So I'm going to add here a few categories. So it's going to be general, so that we have, and we also going to add technology. And let's add one more. WordPress allow us to save multiple category to a single post. So you can do that. So you can see that it's selected 3 categories. I don't want to do that. I just want to assign it to 1. So we can also define tags here. So I just say here test content, just to see when we are going to work with the data. So we need to have this content showing up there. So we have a few tags now, 1 category. I publish this post, and the same way I'm going to add a few more posts behind the scenes. So I added a few posts behind the scenes, and I assigned the categories. If you notice in these posts, I have 2 categories assigned, and we're going to see how things work and how we can use multiple categories and display them. So here in the front page, we currently don't have anything. So what we do, we are going to go into code, index.php, and we are going to show our posts. So I'm opening the PHP tag here, and we are going to loop through our posts. So when we loop through the post, we always check that if we have posts. So we say if we have underscore posts. This is a function from WordPress which checks if we have posts. If you have posts, then it is going to allow us to loop through that. So we say have underscore posts. Now when we have posts, we say the post, and then we are going to say end while. So we are going to end our while loop condition. So inside this, we are going to use the title. So we can say here the underscore title, and to show the content, we use the function the underscore. Save this. I go to the front page and refresh, you will see that we have the content showing up here. So we have title as well as the content, but it's not looking good, so let's make it right. So what we need to do, first of all, if you notice, we have this PHP loop. We can break this PHP loop here, and this is how you break it. And you need to again start it here. Now here, the title, we want it big, so I'm going to give it an h3 tag, and inside this h3 tag we are going to use the PHP tag again. And here I'm going to just cut and paste this like that. Now for the content, we want to put inside the p tag. Okay, if we go here and refresh, you will see that the content is changing. Now we have h3 working here. Now we want to make it more good looking. It's not looking good, so what we can do, we can use CSS in that case. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap it inside a article tag, and I will call it post. So this is an article, so each article is going to be inside its own loop. So we are going to put it's inside an article. All right, now what we can do, we can give the style to it. Now before doing anything, because if when we work with WordPress, we want to make sure we have the header and footer, because currently if I do anything in here in our style.css, it's not going to work. Because if I say here, let's say body, and I say color red, and you will notice that we have no changes in the page, and here we saved it. So to make it working, we need to, what do we need to do? We need to first need to add the header. Now what header is, it is going to add the header for the WordPress. It allows us to include the CSS and JavaScript, so it is required. The same way we need to call get footer at the bottom. Save the file and refresh the page. I missed the semicolon here. Be careful about that. PHP does check about that. Now you can see that we have the color changed. We have a header on top, and we have a footer as well at the bottom. If we say here, practice is proudly powered by WordPress. So that's what it is happening currently. So if I go here and I'm going to remove this, refresh, we have our content normal. So what we want to do now, I want to put this content in the middle. It's taking the whole area. We don't want that. We want it in the middle. So to do that, what we need to do, we need to create a custom header, this header, and custom footer, so that we can use it. So what we need to do here, I'm going to create two files. It's going to be .php, and another one is footer.php. All right, now as we created the custom files, we won't see these anymore. If I refresh the page, you can see. And even if we have a style, so for example, if I put the style back, style won't work because the header file and footer files are empty. So to make it work, what we need to do, we need to put some content here. So in the header, we use HTML5. So we have the HTML5 syntax here. So what I'm going to do, when we start the HTML syntax till the body, this is going to stay in the header, and the closing body and closing HTML we need to put inside the footer like this. Now here we are going to include a function just beneath the title, and that's WordPress function. It is wp_head. What this function is, it is going to include any CSS or JavaScript what requires to be included in the head. It is going to include it for us. So we can save this. The same way we want to include a function in footer as well. So it goes here, and it's going to be wp footer. Now in header, we are going to create a div. So it's going to be a div with the class of container. All right, and I'm going to close this container div in the footer. Okay, so it's going to be here. So it's going to wrap all the content. So anything we display goes inside this container div, and we can set the width to this container div. So currently we don't have any CSS set to it, so what I do, I simply copy this and go here. I say container, and margin going to be 0 auto so that it stays in the center. And I go here and refresh. So currently we got our header back. So we want to put this content in the middle, but the styles are not getting included. So I'm going to show you how to include the styles so that we can work with it. So we need to create another files here. It is going to be functions.php. So this file is going to be responsible for including the CSS. So here I'm going to start the PHP tag, and this is the proper way to include CSS in WordPress. So this is how you do it. So there is a function WP in queue, and here I'm going to say get style sheet underscore URI WordPress. So we are going to say here add underscore action, and this we can set with WP in queue underscore scripts, and second parameter going to be the function name that we have created here. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste inside this like that. All right, so this is going to include the CSS, and every time you write a function, functions.php, it is advisable you put a comment. So including style.css into thing. Okay, so let's see what happens. So I refresh the page. We have our content, it's in the middle, as well as the color is red now. So what I want to do, I want to remove the color red because I just wanted to show you it doesn't look good otherwise. So I'm just going to remove that. So here, now we have our post showing up. I want to make these titles as a link so we can see each post by clicking on it. So for doing that, I go to index.php where we have our title h3 tag here. I'm going to create the anchor tag and going to put the h3 tag inside it. I'm just gonna need to use the PHP tags again. So PHP, the closing PHP, and the function we're going to use is the underscore permalink. So once you save this, we go here, refresh the page. These are now links. So if I click any of these, you can go to that particular post. If I click back, we go to back homepage. Now I want to have the site title and description so that we can click on it to go to homepage. So here, what I do, I go to the header.php. Here I'm going to create a div. So I say div with the class of site, header with the class of site, title. All right, and here we need to use the PHP tags again. Now to display the site title, we are going to put blog info. This is a WordPress function. All right, and that's it. Now we want it as a link as well, so that when we click, we go to home page. So here we need to wrap it inside anchor tag. So now the function we are going to use is home underscore URL for this one, and we need to echo this function. So echo, so save this. Now if I go to the page here, refresh, we have the site title. So if I go to any single post, then I click on site title, we come to home page. Now I also want the site description. So what I can do, simply I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put just below here, and I want it to be h4 tag, and here instead of name we are going to put a description, formatted good. Now if I go here, we will see the site description as well. Now if you want to change the site title or description, you can go to the dashboard. There in settings, general, there you have site title and tagline. So here you can change the tagline and the title. So here if I say, all right, now I save this and we go to the browser and refresh, you can see that it updated. Hope you like this video. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.